The Amish Bonnet Sisters Box Set, Volume 4, Amish Bliss, Amish Apple Harvest, and Amish Mayhem. Written by Samantha Price. Narrated by Stephanie Dillard. Amish Bliss, The Amish Bonnet Sisters, Book 10. Written by Samantha Price. Narrated by Stephanie Dillard. Chapter 1. Florence held her baby daughter against her shoulder and stared out the window of her small cottage, watching the sunrise. Carter was still upstairs asleep, and, barely able to keep her eyes open, Florence wanted nothing more than a little extra sleep herself. They'd both woken during the night, taking it in turns to calm their baby, who wasn't a good sleeper. As she did most mornings, Florence stood on tippy-toes to glimpse the next-door orchard. There wasn't much to see except for the treetops. She'd heard from the girls that Levi was doing better with managing it. He'd even pruned the trees with the help of her half-sisters, and she hoped they did it well. A certain amount of knowledge was needed. Each plant was an individual and deserved individual attention. The older trees needed more experience to prune than the younger. It had taken her years of watching her father prune before she had enough confidence to do it herself. So to think of Levi out there with a saw hacking at her trees made her heart ache. When thoughts like that arose, she had to remind herself that they were no longer her trees, and neither was the orchard hers. She moved away from the window. She could no longer worry about the orchard she was no longer going to inherit. Being married to Carter and having their child was worth more than 100 orchards. However, life would be wonderful if she could have it all. In the back of her mind was the belief and faith that God always answered prayers, even if he took longer than expected. And sometimes his answers came in unexpected ways. It wouldn't surprise her at all if one day the orchard landed back in her lap, through some kind of miracle. Be thankful for what you have, she cautioned herself. Now that their baby had safely arrived into her world, it was time to think about her own orchard again. She'd left the planting up to her advisor, who was her late father's good friend. For some reason, she hadn't seen him lately, and she didn't know why. Surely they could start planting now. It was April, after all, the perfect time for planting. With her
Sample complete. Ready to continue?